Madrid, a city that lives on the streets fueled by vermouth, jamon, and a glorious indifference to the clock. At its core, near Plaza Mayor, stands the Mercado de San Miguel, a century-old jewel of iron and glass. Once, it was the neighborhood's pantry and social club, alive with locals haggling, vendors calling your name, and the honest smells of daily life. It was built for Madrileños, not tourists. A living, breathing organism, rooted in tradition. Fast forward to today. The market gleams, but something's changed. The air is now filled with truffle oil and artisanal cheese, not raw fish. The rapid-fire Spanish of locals has faded, replaced by a chorus of tourists. It's become a showcase, a gastronomic theme park. The old market was for living, the new one is for consuming an experience. Shopping trolleys have vanished, replaced by hands holding wine, fried calamari and smartphones. It's a feast for the senses, drawing crowds from around the world. But as you move through the throngs, a question lingers. If this market was once the soul of the neighborhood, what happens to the soul when the body is so radically transformed? Is this progress or something lost in translation? The transformation is undeniable, but at what cost? The market stands as a symbol, a beautiful shell. But is the heart still beating? In the rush to modernize, has Madrid traded its authenticity for global appeal? The answer isn't simple, but the question is impossible to ignore. Gentrification. It sounds clinical, but it's deeply personal. It starts with artists and students seeking cheap rent and authenticity. A quirky cafe opens, a gallery follows, and soon the media calls it up and coming. Developers arrive, seeing not a community, but undervalued assets. Their idea of potential rarely includes the people already living there. Gentrification is a makeover that ends in displacement. Rents climb, old businesses vanish, and the neighborhood's identity is scrubbed away. Improvement, they say. Safer streets, cleaner buildings, more amenities. But better is subjective. Better for whom? Is a place improved if families who built it can no longer afford to stay? Displacement happens quietly, lease by lease, closure by closure. The original residents become obstacles to profit, pushed to the margins. Their community is dismantled, not by wrecking balls, but by rent checks they can't write. The soul of the neighborhood is slowly erased, replaced by something shinier, but emptier. Gentrification isn't just about buildings. It's about people, history, and belonging. And the cost is measured in more than just euros. Walk the streets near Mercado de San Miguel now. The change is everywhere. Old apartments with peeling paint are replaced by sleek keyless entry flats. Local bookstores and hardware shops give way to designer sneaker stores and juice bars. Each closure is a small death, another thread of community snipped away. The new businesses serve tourists, not locals. The rhythm of daily life is gone, replaced by the pulse of the tourism industry. The neighborhood is now a stage set. Prettier, polished, but hollow. It's a beautiful body, but the soul has slipped away. Look closer. The neighborhood is talking back. Graffiti screams from the walls. Tourists go home. Your holiday, my misery. These aren't random acts. They're political statements. A desperate plea from those being pushed out. Posters show faces of elderly residents facing eviction, putting a human face on the economics of gentrification. It's a battle between capital and community, between sterile visions and messy reality. Each tag, each poster, is an act of defiance, a refusal to be erased quietly. The city scrubs the graffiti away, but it always returns. Behind the trendy shops, a deep wound remains. I met Anna in a no-frills bar in Carabanchel, far from the city center. For 40 years, she lived on Calle Cava Baja, raising her children in a modest apartment. Her world was a few city blocks, churros in the morning, church bells, neighbors she knew for decades. Then the building was sold to a foreign company. Improvements began. Letters arrived, offering money to leave. Most neighbors took it. Anna stayed, protected by an old rent contract. The new owners made life unbearable. Constant construction, water shutoffs, a broken elevator. Friends stopped visiting. The bakery closed. Tourists replaced neighbors. Finally, a legal loophole ended her contract. The new rent was 4 times higher, impossible for a pensioner. Anna packed up 40 years of life and left the home where her husband died, where her children took their first steps. Now she lives in a nice apartment, but it's not home. Her doctor, her friends, her memories, left behind in the center. I feel disconnected, she says, like a plant pulled up from its roots. Anna's story is not unique. It's the story of a city remade for others. The cost of progress is measured in lives uprooted. For every gleaming market, there's an Anna, forced out by forces beyond her control. The city's transformation is personal, painful, and ongoing. And the question remains, who is Madrid really for? Stand in the new Mercado de San Miguel, glass of wine in hand, surrounded by beauty and success. The market thrives, the neighborhood sparkles, and by every metric, it's a win. But Anna's story lingers. You see the ghosts, the old fishmonger, the family fruit stand, the people pushed out. Their loss is the invisible ingredient in every dish. Are we, as visitors, part of the problem? Is our search for authenticity fueling this machine of displacement? This isn't just Madrid, it's Brooklyn, Berlin, Lisbon, New Orleans. The playbook is always the same. A place becomes cool, money moves in, and the soul is priced out. We help turn communities into commodities, places to be consumed, not lived in. As you leave the market, you wonder, who is this city really for? And when you see "tourists go home" scrawled on a wall, you realize they might be talking to you.